Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have another Marlboro exclusive Zippo lighter, this one with the 540 color process, Virgin River Zion. Version 2 is what Zippo has labeled this lighter. The Marlboro website called it Majestic View. Either way, really cool lighter that I am thrilled to add to my collection. This is the second of the custom Zippos, at least that's the way that the Marlboro Rewards website labels them. This is the second of those that we have had on the channel. The first one was the orange bandana or orange paisley, which Marlboro called for those with grit. This one is labeled 49352 Virgin River Zion version 2 design. There's some other SKU numbers and all that. I'm not going to read all that. This is the first 540 process lighter that I have had, and I'm really impressed. Just the box. I don't know why they wouldn't do that with all their lighters. With the mirror reflection of the backing displaying part of the image, so it sort of gives you a 3D effect just by having this mirrored surface in the background on the insert of the box. Really cool. Then the backing card says, "Congratulations on your purchase of this quality Zippo product." It points you to the website for tips and replenishing of supplies and that sort of thing. Anyway, that's the first one of those boxes that I've encountered, and I'm just as impressed with the box as I am the lighter. The base is marked L of 21, so that would have just been December of this past year. You can see the hinge is not covered by that 540 color process. And there are a few differences. I was expecting this lighter to be a lot more like my etched leaf design. I can't remember what they call that, 4-sided leaf or 5-sided leaf, whatever it was. This is a way more slick feel. I'm starting to think that sticker was applied with adhesive for the full length of it. It wasn't coming up like I was expecting it to, but once I got my thumb underneath that flap, then I'm just very deliberate with it, and it didn't appear to leave any real residue behind. Definitely helps if you shorten your pull. Don't let the paper, well, it's sort of a hybrid of some kind of plastic and paper, don't let that get too long between your finger and the surface that you're pulling it from, and it's not as likely to tear or leave some adhesive behind. So, looks good enough. We're going to go ahead and take this warning sticker, and this is going to be my small collection of Zippos that I have going here. This is going to be the way that I treat them. I'm going to pull the warning label, the orange sticker, whatever you want to call it, pull that off, apply that inside of a little Ziploc, which we will also, once the flint has been removed, we will put it in that little Ziploc as well. So we'll go ahead now and take a look at the entire lighter without the sticker, and it's even more impressive. I really like the mirror look on each of the spines and also the top. Maybe I'm missing something obvious. I'm not a very mathematical type person, but maybe 540 should be telling me something there. I don't think so. I don't think all 540s mirror like that either. That is really cool. I will say as well that the 540 color process, whatever that is, apparently leaves, you can see like some overspray over the brass on the inside of the case, and that hinge was very snug. Way snugger than some of the other examples of new Zippo lighters that we have taken a look at here recently on this channel. So I'm going to grab the little ratchet driver that I use. This is in the video that I made last week in response to Dylan DePie wanting to see a toolbox kit. It's a little bit easier to keep the standard blade, which can be harder to keep inside that slot if you're not careful. It's a little bit easier to do though with that angled ratchet rather than a long screwdriver or a short one maybe with a fatter blade. Make sure you have the right tool for the job. We get the flint pulled out. One side of it there has been struck, which is typical. I've mentioned this before, some of the first Zippo lighters that I ever bought that were advertised as new, and they certainly looked new to me, when I received them they had the flint spring and flint removed and in a little bag like I am putting these in here. I assumed at that point that that was the way they came from the factory. But those were the only ones that I ever encountered that were actually like that. And I don't really see any reason to pull the flint spring and screw out. Those will be just fine. That spring is not going to lose tension. It'll hold up just fine. If you choose to do that, I don't think it's really going to hurt it either. It's a possibility. It could be a little bit harder to put back in there once you finally were to use it, if you ever did. But this insert perfectly matches the bottom of the case, L21. Nice brand new chrome insert. And you can see also that that hinge is canted to the left a little bit, or I should say the lid is canted to the left because of the pressure or tension that is going on back there with the hinge and what I believe is the paint or whatever the color process is. Like I said, you could see the overspray or whatever that was there right inside the lid and right inside the case. But this is the lighter that I am adding to my personal collection. When I made the other Marlboro rewards or Marlboro exclusive video for the orange paisley or for those with grit, I left the flint in it and the sticker on it because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, if I might sell it. My mother showed interest in the lighter and wanted to buy it from me. So I hung on to it for a month or two, and then I ended up giving it to her as a gift on Mother's Day. But this one is going to go in my rotating Zippo display that I bought from Ted Ballard up at the National Lighter Museum in Guthrie, Oklahoma. If you haven't seen that video, you ought to get over there and check it out. Get up there and see Ted if you get a chance. I don't know if he's still got displays to sell, but I did get an email, or a couple emails last week from a very prominent lighter seller on eBay who was going up there to pay him a visit, and I haven't talked to Ted or that gentleman since then, so I'm not sure what occurred, if he's bought any of his lighters or bought them all or not. But give Ted a call. I'm sure he's still got something that he can sell you, if not a story he can tell you. I've got so few in my collection here, it's hard for me to decide what I should group together. I've got the two National Lighter Museums and OTLS together, the marijuana theme and Bob Dylan, the replicas, and then we'll just give the Marlboro its own side. And since we pulled the flint out of it, keeping it in brand new condition, we'll go ahead and sign out today with the 1941 replica, hopefully keeping Montas and all the boys happy. Until next time.